Yo, guys, Urb'n Barz brings you the best UK reactions to rap, hip hop, and urban music from all around the world. And guys, today marks the 2-year anniversary for the death of Sidhu Moose Wala. Today we are commemorating our man Sidhu Moose Wala's life with his music, and we're celebrating and we're commemorating everything that Sidhu Moose Wala did for his people. This is one thing a lot of people don't understand. They just thought Sidhu was a musician, an artist, a singer, a songwriter, but he was more than that. He stood up for his people and he did everything for his people. So guys, let us honor Sidhu Moose Wala today, guys. 2 years, really? He was only 28, people. He'd only be 30 years old if he was alive today, people. But what he did in his short life is amazing. So guys, here at Urb'n Barz, pay tribute to our man Sidhu Moose Wala. We got a track, and it was a prophetic track, isn't it, people? The Last Ride. Guys, let's get it. So straight away, looking at that, people, that first scene, wow, that looks like a funeral pyre. Is that what you call it, guys? It looks like they're burning something. I don't know if it's an effigy or something, but wow, I remember when I did a reaction to this track just over 2 years ago, guys. It was incredible, guys, and we just thought it was going to be another summer of Sidhu Moose Wala, track upon track, no name, this, that, and everything else. After the Moose tape, we thought my man was going to take off. Guys, let's check this. You hear the helicopter. Yo, Wazir. Another name we know synonymous with Sidhu Moose Wala, people. And this is in black and white. Really? Yo, Wazir.
Yo, Wazir. Tell him where you're from, man.
And straight away, people, you can see the West Coast funk. Honestly, he would have been absolutely huge in the G-Force era, people. The G-Funk era of that mid-90s, guys, on the West Coast. That was just rocking it. You just saw the funereal hearse driving out and the guy wearing the... guys, it's kind of sad watching this, you know. It's such an upbeat track, but at the same time, guys, it just makes you want to just...
Tell her where you're from, man.
Tell her where you're from, man. That's so prophetic, isn't it? The light on the guy's face tells you that he will have his funeral at a very young age. Wow. Sidhu always wore the best garms, people. Always. It's always repping. And it says that the light on the guy's face tells you. Wow. Old school, people, cutting and scratching. It's almost like he's talking about himself, people. So he's almost like taking a step away from himself and talking about himself. Wow, it's incredible. Incredible. Strings. So when he talks about, and this subtitles, people, isn't literally the words Sidhu Moose Wala is saying. So I think the guy said at the start when he dropped these subtitles was he's trying to give a more rounded aspect of the song itself. But there's bits and pieces which would be nice if you just heard exactly what Sidhu was saying. But he's saying here, a lot of people have wrinkles, especially on their foreheads. But that doesn't define how young he is, because you could have lived a busy life and be only 20 years of age, but you may look much, much older. Or you could have lived a more sedate life and have no signs of aging, but you are maybe double that, 20 years old, but you are probably 50 years old, but you look so much younger. So I think what he's saying is that people like Sidhu Moose Wala have worked so hard, people, to get to where they have gotten to, and they've gotten there so quickly because of the hard work that they put in. That's what I'm getting from this. And he says here, I get a lot of people have success, but no one becomes great easily. So what we're saying here is the man taking a last ride, but he put in so much effort and work into where he got to get to that stage. Tupac. So we just saw one of the West greats in Tupac Shakur. And remember, he was only 25 when he passed. I think he passed in 1996. Friday the 30th September 1996, people. I'm sure it's 1996. Wow, so he's honouring the dead there. People like Tupac Shakur. And he was a young man. Same as our man Sidhu Moose Wala. That is so sad. He had so much, and both of them had so much to give, so much more to give. It's Tupac. So you've got Sidhu Moose Wala behind him. So this is on his trainers, and he's honouring Tupac Shakur. Wow. So you say the light on the guy's face tells you that he will have his funeral at a very young age. So it's almost like he's been marked for death already. There's nothing he can do about it. His time is short. He's amongst no longer the quick, but he's earmarked to be the dead. That's why you see the funeral hearse. Got to go back to that, and I just love those. It's almost like, I don't know, picked beats. I don't even know what that sound is, but it's been like, it's almost pixie-cartoed or something, I don't know. But he's saying here that you've become a part of lots of people's hate. A lot of people have died being a fan. In the world, his victory flag is standing tall, standing there in the sand. And a lot of people have died trying to defeat him. So there's been a lot of people trying to come test. A lot of people jealous, a lot of people wanting that for themselves. They come challenge, come test. So it's not been an easy path at all. It's been a path where you've got to defend and protect your neck at all points and all times. You see the gun there, it's always there. And then bumping in the hydraulic car. Oh, and that shot there, guys. Let's see if we can get that. So you can see the funeral pyre there. So all the images are there. The images are of deaf people. Their images are of death. So you see them bumping in the car. And then you see Sidhu there. And when you come to think of it, it's quite prophetic there, because I remember in one of his other songs I covered just recently, he said he's got bullets for breakfast. And there's bullets with his name on them. So he's always known that. He's been a target. He's been in the crosshairs for all sorts of people, and all sorts of areas have been targeted him for a long time. But he says it's a daily occurrence. He lives with it. And unfortunately, I can't remember the song, but he said he's like bullets for breakfast people. So wherever you go, people bow down to me. I'm connected to a big family, the Sidhu family, the Musa village. He's a Jat. And he says here, we've become enemies with big people too. Tell me someone who is a match for him. So it's not just people at the same level. There's other levels, other higher ups who have taken a dislike to Sidhu Moose Wala and what he stands for and what he's trying to do. See the people acknowledging it, and that's his parents, his mother and father. Oh my gosh, that was interesting. So you see there Sidhu's mother and father there. He wears it close to his heart, so he wears it on his chest, on his chain. And Sidhu is incredible. It's the identical image of his father, and on so many of his songs he's spoken and he's had his parents in his videos and his songs because they're close to him. So close-knit families, close-knit people, close-knit region. That Nips. Was that Nipsey Hussle, NWA, Eazy-E there as well? There. Was that Nipsey Hussle, people? I'm not sure. I might have got that wrong. Let me know in the comment section. Paying his respects. That's it. And Sidhu's lived limited days because his success is his biggest enemy. So the more successful Sidhu Moose Wala became, the more he had death etched on his back. People didn't want him to become big because he became more and more influential. And when you become influential, you become a problem to some people who don't want you to be influential. But he lived limited days. And on that, my man, you can see him there. He's holding up his bullet. And that bullet has got his name on it, SMW people. And in the lyrics here it says, now he's looking for death, like a guy looking for a girlfriend, just waiting for death to knock on his door. So the last ride, he's aware of what's happening. He's aware that the closer he gets to his goal is the closer he gets to the end and the last ride. And that's why you see the funereal car driving around after him. Death is on his shoulder, people. He can't escape it. But as I said before, he knows that it's there. The bullet has his name in it, and it's a daily occurrence where he gets the threats, etc., etc. So he's just had to live with it, but always at the same time chasing his cause without diverting left or right. Straight ahead, people. Straight ahead. He has a cause. Trust me on that, people. He's just nonchalant with it. I love that. His body language is fearless. And he gives some gangster vibes in his songs, but he speaks the truth. That's why the world is against him. And I kept saying it, people. My man was always rapping for his region, his set, for his people. A lot of people thought that Sidhu was a gangster. He wasn't. He was literally looking to improve a lot of his people. And he went out into the world of politics, people, out into the world. And that world is murky and dark. And you don't want to put your head above the parapet in that world, because they'll shoot your head down. And Sidhu knew this. He knew this, people. But you listen to his lyrics properly, you'll see that all these things that were aimed at him were not so true, people, because it's all distraction. It's all trying to murky the waters, so that there is no clear consensus with my man Sidhu Moose Wala. Body language. See, they're speaking. Oh my goodness, this is so prophetic, people. It's making me just want to cry. So Moose Wala just became immortal. Now this whole world is talking about me. He literally prophesied his own passing, people. So I remember when this dropped, everyone was like, wow, this is incredible. And then literally just a few weeks after, at the weekend on a Sunday, wow, when I heard it, I just could not believe the news. I couldn't believe the news, but it's amazing. I don't know how he knew. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it's just artistic license. But he says people would be writing a biography all about him. Wow. It is so sad. They prophesied he'd die at a young age. Ooh, I love the music. The hydraulics on them cars, people. Oh.
Was it in the hood?
Was it in the hood? That was our man Wazir Patar. He's featured on quite a few Sidhu Moose Wala cuts as well, people. That was crazy. So that was our man Sidhu Moose Wala. The music was by Wazir Patar, and you know that. That was incredible, guys. That was such a banger when it dropped. I remember that, people. Everyone was just getting up and just, oh. Guys, today's a sad day. It's 2 years. Really? Has it been that long? 2 years. And this track's The Last Ride, people. And our man Sidhu Moose Wala was prophetic. He, for some reason, he must have known that his time was short. But he had so much to do. He dropped the No Name EP. There was just track after track after track. We thought we were going to be in for another incredibly hectic summer, people. He was just dropping track after track after track, and the buzz was there again because the Moose tape had dropped, and that was just insane. And this was going to be even more insane than the Moose tape, guys. So when the No Name EP dropped, everyone was like crazy. We heard The Last Ride, and it was just madness. But little did we know, just checking the lyrics to the song, it was crazy. But when you think about it, so Sidhu Moose Wala, it was almost as I can't even think what the word is. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. It was a self-penned song about himself, saying that you look at the light on his face, he's not going to be living much longer. He has not that long to live. And then when we see the video with the funeral hearse, etc., following him around, It was crazy. He gave props. I'm sure we saw Tupac Shakur, we saw Eazy-E, Eric Wright, we saw Nipsey Hussle in there as well. He was paying props. Did I say praying? He was playing props to some of the greats that have passed already, people. And he was going to join that list of greats, that pantheon of greats, people. Sidhu knew his time was short, but he wasn't going to duck and dive. He was just going to do the same things he needed to do to get ahead and to get his point. Because as he said, death is on his shoulder, people. And once it's there, you can't escape it. So my man accepted it, and he drove forward, and he did so much for his people. So Sidhu Moose Wala must be so, and his parents and everyone else must be so proud, because he was an inspiration to millions and millions of people, and still is an inspiration, people. So guys, yeah, today's a sad day, but it's also a day where we should be smiling and we should be happy in our hearts and commemorate Sidhu Moose Wala for what he's done and the tracks he's dropped, because there's millions and millions of people who have been moved by Sidhu Moose Wala. Don't listen to all the naysayers. Don't listen to all the mud that's been thrown and slung at him. Listen to his tracks and watch his actions and what he was doing and where he was headed. That's the important thing, where he was headed, people, where he was headed. He was headed to do great things. But as in life, so many times, so many great people are cut short in their primes, people. It is what it is. So that was the last ride. That was our man Sidhu Moose Wala. That was Wazir Patar. That was a great track, guys, a great video, and it was really sad because it was so prophetic in what was to happen just 4 to 5 weeks later. Wow. Still can't get my head around it, people. Still makes me angry, but it is what it is. So, guys, I hope you commemorate today by just remembering Sidhu Moose Wala, playing his tracks. I'm playing as many Sidhu Moose Wala reactions as I can today, people, so I hope you can check some out. I'm dropping quite a few today, and I've got quite a few that I've been dropping over the last few days, so I hope you can listen and check them out, guys. And it's been fantastic listening to these with the English subtitles, because a lot of these tracks I've heard and just musically they've hit me, but when you check out the subtitles and find a little bit more about what was the driving factor behind these songs, you'll understand they weren't just willy-nilly, whatever you want to say, guys. There was purpose behind the movement and purpose behind what my man was saying. So I salute you, Sidhu Moose Wala. Guys, have a blessed day, have a safe day, look after yourselves, look after each other, and make certain you could tune in and you come back for the next Urb'n Barz reaction, guys. I'm out.